I want you to look around whatever room you are sitting in right now and try to guess what everything in it weighs. A few months ago, my husband and I did a normal weekend chore, and that was a declutter of our basement. And keep in mind, we have been actively downsizing our stuff for about a year. So we have decluttered the space more than once in the last 12 months. After we made a pile of stuff that was good enough to donate, we bagged up the rest to take to the dump. And as I was leaving the dump, the landfill operator handed me a receipt that said we had just unloaded 230 pounds of stuff. I know. On the drive home, I did a little math. Between the Goodwill runs, the Facebook free posts, the downsized closets, cleaning out all of our baby stuff, I estimated that over the last couple of years, we have easily gotten rid of over 1,000 pounds of stuff. And this is sort of embarrassing to admit. How does an organized person, I spend my life making videos online about organization, how do I end up with 1,000 pounds of extra stuff in the first place? After a little research, I found some interesting data. Long distance moving companies usually charge by the ton to move stuff for people, and they use an industry standard that a fully furnished room typically contains about 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of stuff. Once you factor in garages, basements, attics, and everything else, it is not unusual for a house to contain 18 to 20,000 pounds of stuff.
Really?
And I think the alarming thing I've come to realize, taking so many carloads of stuff to donation centers and dumps over the past few months, is that a massive chunk of that weight in our home is giving us absolutely nothing. In fact, it is actively taking away from us. Every single pound of stuff in your home is something you have to clean and organize and store and eventually figure out how to get rid of. It is physical weight in your house, but also mental weight in your brain. And for most of us, that mental weight comes from responsibility. We feel like it is our job as the managers of our home to predict every single thing that our family might ever need in the future. The hand-me-downs that the younger kid might use, the random hardware for that DIY we might get to, that kitchen gadget we might need for that event we might have. I have this awesome off-the-shoulder jumpsuit. I have owned it for 6 years and I have worn it exactly once. What if I have a fancy event? What if I need it? But keeping track of all of these what ifs is really exhausting. Expecting yourself to know everything your home might need for the next 5 years is like asking a CEO to predict every pencil, desk, and employee that they might need for the next 5 years. They would laugh at you. Now, I have this theory that in most relationships, there is a worrier and a carefree one. And I think you need one of both in each relationship. You need somebody to worry about worst case scenario, right? My husband is the worrier, and my response to most of his worries is, well, we'll cross that bridge if we ever get there. What a beautiful thing if we could look at the stuff in our home the exact same way. It doesn't need to be our job to house, clean, and manage items for a future we can't predict. The truth is that we don't encounter 99% of the bridges that we worry about. I would rather have to get a jumpsuit if that 1% chance of that bridge comes up in my life than hang on to a jumpsuit with the 99% chance that it never will. So, when this video ends, which it's going to very soon, I want you to grab a black trash bag. I want you to walk through your house and look for all of the things that you are holding on to solely out of future anxiety. The just in case items, the what if clothes, the we just might use it items. You have enough to do just managing today in this season of your life for you and your family. Unburden yourselves from having to try to also manage a future that you cannot predict. I feel like we should try it on.
I'm gonna be honest, I remember it being cuter and not so short. It's actually not that great. It doesn't even fit me very good.